It is a beautiful, oh my gosh, it is a beautiful start to the day. It is Thursday morning, December 16th. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together every day, 7 days a week, to chat about what's going on in the world of weather, hopefully get your day started off on the right note. And we've even started doing the afternoon pick-me-up, which I am curious to hear your thoughts about. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Does the time work out for you? Does it not work out for you? I want to know everything. Teach me. Let me know. Help me help you. Just a little bit. Anyway, you can see it's beautiful behind me, but let's take a look at some of our technology. This is our Tower Cam network. We are looking over downtown Orlando and off toward the west. Windermere. Oh man, how beautiful is that? A little haze on the horizon. The sun is shining, and you know what? I organized it this way because the last couple of mornings I've been doing the morning newscasts, and it's been a little meh. Here we are. I'm off today. It's not meh. It's pretty nice. So anyway, good morning to you. Frankie, my brother's in the room. Good morning to you, brother. Deborah, Shauna, Darlene, good morning. Linda, Yukon, I see Chris in the room. Connie, David, Janice, Linda, Dan. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, isn't it? All right, let's talk a little bit about what's going on. First off, temperatures. It's very comfortable outside. We're at 70 degrees in Orlando, although I feel like it's probably in the 60s in my neighborhood. Hold on. Tempest. Maybe it is 70. I feel like it's a little lower in my... Yeah, it's 66.7 at my house. Not that it matters to you, but, you know. It's 66 degrees in New Smyrna Beach. We're sitting at 69 degrees in Daytona Beach, 65 in the Villages, and 67 in Ocala. So it is beautiful out. I do want to point out, though, our first warning Doppler radar has continued to track showers. Not in the metro area, but back over to the I-95 corridor, same spot I was tracking things yesterday. You can see it there in Brevard County. Let's zoom in a little bit and see. Had a friend. She was trying to take pictures of her daughter yesterday afternoon. Sounds like they made it right between showers, which is good. But from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station up through the Kennedy Space Center, you can see that next few batches of downpour action moving in your direction. If you live around Cocoa Beach, or more specifically up to the north along Cape Canaveral, Port Canaveral area, there is more rainfall that is marching in your direction. Nothing strong, nothing severe, but it is that kind of frustrating rain, if you will. So just plan accordingly. You're going to be good to go. You can make your plans, make a great day. In terms of the forecast today, we do start off with a few showers, and then little bit by little bit, we'll gradually dry things out through the afternoon. We're keeping the showers around just a little bit longer than perhaps we had first thought. So 77 by 11 o'clock, about 80 degrees lunchtime, give or take. And then we're going to be working to about 82 or so this afternoon. Yeah, not too bad. It's not too bad, right? Yeah, I like it. Jenny, good morning to you. Love seeing you by the pool. Tells me it's going to be nice out. Listen, it's funny. I've done my coffee talks from my office for so long, but when I move the desk around, until I get something better behind me, I feel like I'm just going to keep moving around my house. I feel like this is definitely my favorite spot in the morning, and then for our afternoon pick-me-up, maybe I'll just do it from like the kitchen, like we used to do it, right? Like that's how Coffee Talk started. So might as well do the afternoon pick-me-up from the kitchen. We'll start it the same way from the kitchen. I don't know. I am curious to hear your thoughts on it. Does it help you, or is it just kind of like, oh, extra work for no reason? That's what I don't want to do. If you get a benefit from it, I'll do it. If you don't, I don't want to do it. Catherine, morning, Eric. The dew is heavy today. What is going on with Mother Nature so wild in the western and Midwest part of our country? Yeah, I mean, we've kind of keyed into the LRC, and this is right on time for where it would show up through the LRC, so that's the unfortunate news. Yeah, there were wind gusts yesterday, and of course, if you missed yesterday's Coffee Talk or the afternoon pick-me-up, which is that even the name that's going to stick? I don't even know. I don't know. We have to figure that part out. But at any rate, let me find the map. There's too many maps in my computer. Did I pass you already? I'm looking for national maps. Hold on a second. The older I get, the less I can think and talk, which is not good for the business that I'm in. But here we are anyway. All right, so here's a look at the satellite and radar. And you can see big, nasty storm system lifting through Chicagoland, kind of getting into Arkansas. That's the storm system that brought 100-mile-per-hour winds. 100-mile-per-hour winds across many locations. Yeah. That scenario, as bad as it was, thankfully does not look like it became a big tornado outbreak. It looked like it was just a big severe weather machine, which certainly can be equally as damaging, but things today are still looking a little bit better than they were after the Kentucky, the Quad State tornado outbreak that we had just several days ago. All right, Dana's asking, are we still getting a chilly Christmas? Things are looking good. They're tying in directly with what we had said. Now that we've kind of locked into our LRC, we're starting to be able to make those longer forecasts more accurate. So it is looking like we're getting a pattern shift, Dana, right in time for that, which is certainly good news. Amiana says, Oviedo in the house, good morning to you. I like it. Kenneth, you've done coffee talk from your office for so long. It's true, but it's a boring, I don't want to sit in front of just a plain white wall, which it's not like this shouldn't impact you, right? But it's also kind of like every time I see myself, like when I'm doing coffee talk and then I always look up and on the screen that I can read your comments, I also see a preview of what I'm sending you. A good broadcaster always knows what they're broadcasting, right? And it's just boring and sterile. So until I figure out what to do there, the beauty of coffee talk is it's not like I've got a set, I make the rules. So especially with this kind of weather, I'm going to hang out outside because it's just too daggum nice to go inside. I don't listen, we're like Outback Steakhouse. There's no rules. We're just right. At least that's the way I look at it. Oh boy. Evelyn, what time will the afternoon pick me up? So I've been doing that at 3:30 in the afternoon. Is that a good time for you guys, gals? Is that a good time? What do you think? I don't know. I'm looking for your guidance. Help direct the future. I did a podcast with a couple of friends the other day, and we were talking about Robert Zemeckis, and anyway. And one of the questions was like, where do you see Coffee Talk going, over the next few years? And I'm like, I guess, like, at the moment I said, I don't know, we're just going to ride the wave. But then I started thinking more and more about it, and I'm like, well, let's see what else we can evolve this to, right? So that's why I'm trying the afternoon pick-me-up. It's, it's not as long. It's not quite as detailed. It's just kind of like a little more afternoon, evening focused. I don't know. What do you think? Is it silly? Am I wasting? What I don't want to do is waste my time. So if you benefit from it, let me know. Would you just let me know? That would at least help me. All right? All right, let me know in the comments and we can read them. Anyway, for us today, nice mild air mass in place. We are going to be warming things up, though, looking ahead to the forecast for tomorrow and the next couple of days, more of a southeasterly wind. That's going to start to turn off those coastal showers and start to bring in those warmer temperatures. Now, by Saturday, we're going to watch the next frontal boundary. While we're warming in central Florida, that next frontal boundary is going to be moving in our direction and helping to bring in showers. But I want you to watch Texas. Specifically, when I go from Saturday to Sunday, I want you to watch from Texas into the Gulf of Mexico, just off the shoreline of Texas, okay? Watch. You see how there's all this moisture that starts bubbling up out there? That is going to play. Now, what's so interesting, and this is where I love long-range forecasting, because that moisture bubbling up is going to bring us stormy weather Monday, Tuesday, and even into Wednesday. And that times out perfectly to our long-range forecast for what we said next week, which is starting off soggy and then clearing out right around Christmas. We said that, I feel like, weeks ago. I could look at my calendar here. All right, I've got that cold front in there on the 23rd. That I added December 6th, so 10 days ago. Christmas forecast First call for Christmas, I added November 22nd. And then updated it around the 6th and the 7th. So it's been out there. That forecast has been out there for a while. Right? But so far, things are playing out just as we thought. Sunday into Monday, we're warm, but that moisture in the Gulf of Mexico really starts to bubble up. And as it starts to bubble up, it's going to be moving in our direction. Okay? Afternoon delight. My brother says call it afternoon delight. I don't know how that would go because of the double entendre. Afternoon recharge would work? Kim says, I like the way you think. Do what makes you comfortable. Yeah, because that's the coolest part. Like at work, I have to wear a monkey suit. You know, I have to put on the tie. I have to put on the makeup. When you're joining me at my house, we play by my rules. You know, like that's what I like about Coffee Talk, is I get to do what I love the way I like to do it. And if I want to do it differently, I do it differently. You know, I don't have to ask for permission. Even though at work, if you've ever worked with me, you kind of do know my mentality on things. Oh, fountain just turned on. My mentality on things is better to ask for forgiveness than for permission in some cases. At least that's the way certain instances work. Elizabeth, I'm back. Hello. Glad to see you rejoining us. Eric, good morning. Eric says, prayers for all involved in the storms in the Midwest. Indeed. Indeed. Yes. Jamie says you should put a green screen behind you. You know, yeah. Beverly's asking for the January calendar. We will get to the January monthly calendars. Absolutely. We will absolutely get to those monthly forecast calendars. Give me a little bit more time. Yukon says, I like the changes in venue. I do too. Just kind of lets me enjoy other parts of my house and all that fun stuff. This is probably, if I'm honest, this is probably my favorite. Heather says, someone make this man a nice weather art piece of Central Florida. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun, right? Ay. All right, let's see here. Sonia says that's usually kid pickup time. So is that a good thing or is that a not a good thing? See, that's what I want to know. Because for me, I usually, at 3:30, that's when I'm about to go get the kids. So it's actually a pretty good time for me to go live. But what about you? Like, does that work for you? Right now, it's 3:30 unless we discuss otherwise, right? Oh, kids. How it's changed our lives. Heading out to Universal today with the kids. The forecast looks outstanding. Lots of sunshine, but there is going to be some of those clouds, and there will be a few isolated showers. Most of those showers do love to hang out over at the coastline. Some of them will work in. Eric says, I love morning coffee talk where you are now, out by the pool. Me too. Julie, don't know there was an afternoon pick-me-up. Yeah, I just started it the last couple of days. Hey, coffee talk was one of those things where I just started doing it to see if it worked, and it kind of stuck. And I try, you know, I always want to be open and willing to try new things. Does it work? Does it not work? Do I get burned out? We'll work together. Yeah. Linda says 3:30 is fine. And Janice says afternoon delight. Oh, man. Connie says at work at 3:30, so it'll be hit or miss. The way I look at it is like 3:30 is about the time that even if you're at work, you know, maybe that's when you go and take your coffee break and you kind of break open your phone for a couple of minutes while the boss isn't looking. That's why I thought 3:30, because that's about the time where people are getting to be over it a little bit, you know. Chris says, your long-range forecasting. How are we looking for the upcoming hurricane season? Thoughts? So, right now is the phase of long-range forecasting that we call pattern recognition, where we're keying into the long-range pattern, starting to observe the cycling. After that, then we can start elaborating on that and getting into the long-range forecasting. We'll get there. We're just not there yet, right? So, yeah. I would love to say that we've got, that it's better, but that's just kind of where we're at the moment. So anyway, we'll figure it out. I will bring it to you. February, March is when we issue our hurricane season forecast, so look for it then. But for now, my focus is on pattern recognition and is focused on working on winter month forecasts. When do we think big storm systems, big cold fronts, things like that will start to work through? So we're getting there. The month of December is really when we are able to key in on things. And if you remember, toward the end of December of last year, when did I do this? Let me look. I'm going to pop this graphic up. This is not, I repeat, this is not accurate. This is last year's, but I want to look and see when my January forecast came out. When did I issue that? Long range, was this it? Of course I didn't date it. When did I issue my February forecast? February of last year was issued December 27th. Yeah, so we're going to not do it that early. Oh, I see. So yeah, so just like last year, once you keyed into the cycle, it was December that we really started. So this is January. When did I do this? Again, this is, okay, so I issued last January's forecast a year ago yesterday. This year's cycle is a little bit longer, so we're not quite ready. That is last year's. Do not pay attention to that too deeply. But anyway, because it has nothing to do with this. But yeah, so a year ago yesterday, I issued our January forecast. I'll probably take another couple of days. I'll probably start working on it today. But I'm not quite ready. But yeah, a year ago yesterday is when I issued the January forecast for last year. So anyway, it's a work in progress. But I can tell you, just based off of the observations and the data, we're playing out fine, okay? So, that said, let's talk a little bit about the 7-day forecast, because there's a lot of detail here that I want to get into, okay? So here's the 7-day forecast. Here's what we've got. Today, a little warmer-ish, about 82 degrees our high temperature, 20% chance of rain, mainly the first part of the day. Then we get warmer for tomorrow. This weekend we start to bring in a few showers. That first front comes through, drops the temperature a little bit by Monday. That then bubbles up all that moisture in the Gulf of Mexico. You notice Monday, especially Tuesday, stormy weather. Could even see some stronger storms. And then the temperatures drop even more. Looking ahead to Wednesday, perhaps Thursday, Friday, that kind of a thing. So that's what we're looking at in terms of the 7-day forecast, right? Let's talk about it kind of in a broader scope, okay? So here's a look at the surface map, and I think that this is an important thing to note. By Monday, that front will have kind of washed out, but there's that moisture out in the Gulf of Mexico, okay? And then as it evolves, it moves our direction, and that's when, for especially Tuesday, we've got that risk for strong to potentially even severe weather. Now, to what extent, we'll have to figure out, right? It's a little early, but we talked about this weeks ago using our long-range forecasting. We knew that Christmas week was going to start this way and then kind of clear things out in time for Christmas Day. Happy to say that's still kind of playing out that way, so I'm okay with it. Nancy, congratulations on your service award. That's impressive. Coffee Talk was an amazing help when we evacuated for Irma. Knowing what was going on in our area while out of state gave us peace of mind. We've been avid fans ever since. Keep up the good work. Well, Nancy, there's so much more to that, too, because I love the fact that it's also a two-way street. Like, you can ask questions. So if you're evacuated and out of town, we can talk. Also, it's an unfair thing because your husband is a WESH alum, but so maybe you were already kind of a built-in WESHer. I don't know. Nancy's husband is WESH legend Ron Kendrick, who, by the way, it's been too long since we've gotten together, Nancy. I hope in the new year we can get the families together and hang out. Evelyn says, 3:30, I'll be picking my son from school, so I won't be able to participate, but I can watch the replay. Yeah, I don't think that the 330 would be built to be as interactive as Coffee Talk. Like in the morning, to me, that's when we're getting into the meat and the potatoes. We're spending a half an hour talking. To me, the afternoon is more of a 10-minute, 15-minute, just quick update. Here's how our day is going. Here's what we're looking at for tonight. Here's what we're looking at for tomorrow. Just like a preview of sorts. Manolfi's going to be, knee deep in the weather stuff. And so, yeah. I also think that the afternoon pick-me-up may start off doing Monday through Friday. I don't know that we'll do it on the weekends for now. Let's just start, let's crawl before we can walk, that sort of thing. Owen says, I like the pick-me-up. As we know, weather events can evolve through the day. The afternoon show can update the conversation. That's exactly the way I look at it. That's exactly the way that I look at it. Yeah. 3:30 is fine, off work for me. There you go. You kind of the way I look at it again, even if you're not off of work. Chris, that doesn't bode well for hurricane season next year. Yeah, the feature you're looking at on the screen, that is going to cycle and cycle and cycle. That is going to probably be one of our big signature elements that we take into account for hurricane season next year. Good for you, Chris, to be able to recognize that, which I don't love. Great. I like that. It is scheduled. Notifications are better. Remember, Facebook expires a preset event at T plus 10 minutes, aka 3:40 for a 3:30 event. So perhaps I have to schedule it 10 minutes. Okay. I'm learning. I'm doing it differently in the afternoons than I do in the mornings. So, it's an evolution of sorts. And I was also thinking, too, that I could get Manolfi to tape a little something, a little teaser, like, bada bing, here's a shot on the Weather Center, here's what we're working on, blah, 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 something like that. These are all, throw it against the wall, see what sticks. Don't be afraid to try, Like, look at what we've accomplished here in Coffee Talk. This is kind of a thing, Another thing that we've also done, and we'll get back to the forecasting here in a minute, but another thing that we've also done, which I'm darn proud of, is the Coffee Talk drive-thru. Why don't you sign up? Would love to meet you. Fridays on Coffee Talk in the mornings, our signature show, now that we're going to have two, we meet and greet each other. All you have to do is head over to wesh.com/Coffee Talk. By the way, we're working on a fancy Coffee Talk logo because the picture on that website is bleh. Anyway, wesh.com/Coffee Talk. You can sign up and you'll join the conversation. How cool is that, right? You can ask me questions, interview me. I can interview you. Everybody in the Coffee Talk community can interview each other. And you get to do the weather. But it's an opportunity for us to get to meet each other in these quieter months. When hurricane season is not a thing, it gives us a chance to meet each other. So I've not been great at kind of promoting this week, but I would encourage you to head over there. Wesh, we made it a Wesh website, like it used to be bit.ly/94JK57F lowercase p. Like now it's just wesh.com/Coffee Talk. So would love to have you join us. Sign up. Oh, today's Thursday, isn't it? Sign up. I'll pick somebody at the end of our Coffee Talk today because I guess my days are all out of mix. Where are we at? Do we have any people that have I haven't even looked. Do we have any people that have signed up? Let's look. Ba-ba-ba. There are a few people that have signed up, yeah. I would love to get more. All right, I see a few people. Would love to have you join. Chris says, I love the long-range stuff you do. I feel it should be recognized by the weather gods. Well, it's such a process, and it takes so much time. I was talking to a friend of mine. His name is Chris Justice. He's up at WYFF. He's interested in learning about it, so we're going to work with him and try and get him on board with it. That'll be a lot of fun. Anna says, too early for me. Working at that hour. Can always go back to Facebook and watch at 7 p.m. is good. Well, that's where you've got Manolfi on. So I'll do those. I'll do the 8 a.m. and the 3:30 p.m. And then Manolfi does his, what is it? It's 8 p.m. I think he does his, right? Yeah. Beverly, yesterday afternoon did not come in on this page until later, then expired. That's so weird. Figuring it out. Yeah. Yukon, Christmas morning, are you working? Coffee talk. I hope you skipped that day. I'm working. I joke because I've been with the company for 16 years, and I still didn't get Christmas off. It happens. But it's not too bad. I'll be home by 9:30, and yeah, so I'll be with you. We'll have a Christmas morning coffee talk. Oh, yeah. Arnett says, I like your pool background. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate that. Kim, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Ashley and Evelyn say not a good thing. What's not a good thing? The problem is these comments sometimes come in later, so you'll have to help me understand what's not a good thing. Forgive me. Michaela, thank you for keeping us up to date. Any predictions around January 13th for Jacksonville? So I can give you January 13th in Orlando. It shouldn't be much different than in Jacksonville. Give me a second here. Stand by. What is it? January 13th? Let me pull up the LRC. Stand by. All right, January 13th. January 13th would be cycle day 38. So cycle day 38 the first time around would be, it looks like a little bit of a kind of it looks like cool mornings and comfortable afternoons. Yeah, looks like cool mornings and comfortable afternoons around then. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, doesn't look too bad at all. What you're looking at is a tiny ribbon of my LRC worksheet that I need to go in and put time into. All right? All right. 7-day forecast. Not a bad one, my friends. Planning you all the way through to Christmas. Temperatures are lowering around Wednesday. Let's just look and see, by the way, since we're still here, let me just look at the models. Give me a minute. Do this. Give me 2 seconds. All right. So what you're looking at is the raw GFS, and I just want to key in and see what the GFS is showing looking ahead these next couple of days. All right. So right there, that is Sunday morning. Notice just off the coast of Texas, we've got that moisture bubbling. We do have some snow into the northeast United States. There's that storm system moving our direction. A little kick of energy. There's Tuesday into Wednesday. You see that area of low pressure developing right there into the Big Bend? That is Tuesday afternoon. That is that storm threat, 4 p.m. on Tuesday, and I think, I'm off of work. Great, so I don't even have to deal with that. Perfect. I mean, if there's something bad, you and I will be talking to each other via social, of course. But there's that storm system. We've been talking about it, and then it looks like after that, that clears out. Not looking too bad. I do want to look at the temperatures real fast. Yeah, it looks like the temperatures around Florida may trend a little lower and then kind of start getting milder again for Christmas. Interesting. And then there's, if you look on the top left, this is looking New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. Big polar push. And that plays into the LRC. We said on the LRC a few weeks, has it been a few weeks or maybe a week ago? We said just after New Year's, we should trend colder again. There's a big push of cold air, and that is right around New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. So that plays in pretty accurately. So based on all this, I think what I'm going to do is at some point today, I'm going to put together kind of a Christmas forecast into New Year's forecast. So we'll start putting that stuff together now, okay? But in the meantime, there you go. Temperatures kind of taking a bit of a drop. We're not below average, but at least we're getting better. But it looks like Tuesday's going to be a pretty stormy day. Could it be the threat of severe weather? It could. It could. So that's something we're certainly going to have to watch. That's going to be an opportunity where, as afternoon model runs come in, we can take a look at those on our afternoon pick-me-up. You know? Janice, do you ever chill? Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah. I hope that one day the National Weather Service will recognize your work in the LRC. That would be amazing. Chris, I would love to be able to say I'm smart enough for that. But the L in the LRC is Gary Lezak, and I hope one day Gary Lezak is recognized for this. I'm smart enough to see it and start practicing it. I'm not smart enough to have picked this all out. It is Gary Lezak. He's a chief meteorologist at the NBC station in Kansas City. He's the guy that discovered this. And not only is he smart enough to have discovered it, but he's kind enough that he has taken and he's taken me as a mentee in this. We work for two different television station companies. We're just weather nerds together, and he's good enough not only to allow me to do this, right? Not that I guess he couldn't stop me, but he embraces it. We text back and forth, and if I'm wrong about something, he's there to kind of throw his opinion at it, and I could throw my opinion. We can discuss, and but that's the mark of a good mentor, right? Especially when you don't have to. Like, I'm 37. Does he need a 37-year-old mentee? He's helping me because he's found something and I've got the interest in it. So I do hope that Gary does in his lifetime get recognized for this long-range forecasting cycling work because he's done unbelievable work. Yeah. Oh, and could this low be a feature of next hurricane season? I would be willing to bet that this low does indeed cycle and is a feature that we showcase for the next hurricane season forecast. Yes, indeed. All right. Any other questions? Do you realize that he and Wesh separated in March of 2004, and it's time for a tour, which he's been doing since 2004? Wow, it's been since 2004 that he and Wesh left. Wow. That's wild. At least part of my career and his career overlapped, That's the way I look at it. I think too many scheduled things are hard on living. An afternoon surprise pick-me-up could be random. Yeah, the way I look at it is if I could be there for you, if I can't be there for you, I'm going to do the best I can. We'll just see how it plays out, right? That's the way I look at it. Something like that. Oh, and I'm going to try and do a podcast too about life, nothing to do with weather. We'll get there. This is all very much ebbing and flowing and all that fun stuff. That's all. That's the way I look at it. Let's see here. Friday's Coffee Talk guest. A few people. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me pick who is going to join us for Coffee Talk drive-through. Guess I need to do that. All right. Let's see. I got to find that button. Nope. All right. Carolyn Upham. Carolyn Upham. Hi. How are you? Carolyn, you are joining us for the Coffee Talk drive-thru. I didn't get a chance because I haven't promoted it enough this week, so I needed to get people to continue signing up today. But Carolyn Upham, you are our guest this week. All right. So Carolyn, as soon as I get off of Coffee Talk today, I'm going to shoot you an email and we'll try and set that up, okay? But Carolyn, looking forward to meeting you and chatting with you. All right? All right, listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Here comes the sun in Ocala. Linda says, giddy up. Susie, like the podcast idea. Yeah, I think you're going to like it too. We've been kind of tossing around some ideas, so we'll see. There's a lot of fun. Look, at the end of the day, As long as it's fun, it'll work. The minute something stops being fun, it's not going to work. All right? I will be social media-ing through the day. Have a good one. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I will see you for the afternoon pick-me-up later on today. And, of course, we'll be chatting with Carolyn tomorrow on the Coffee Talk Drive-Thru. Bye, y'all.